Ladies and gents, we've got international football for you today. Let's check it out. This is the Red Devils of Belgium, a 3-4-3. It kind of resembles to somewhat of a degree of what I've seen Roberto Martinez's Belgium side look like in the World Cup. Although I believe he had the two wingers, the inverted wingers, centrally. So it was kind of, I've read that it's like a 1-5-2-3. So kind of the five here, the two, and then the one. So, but this is kind of a sideways version of it. I don't really know a lot of the Belgian team. I fully admit that. So the maker of this tactic, Sebastian 3, actually used what looked like FVL Bochum in the Bundesliga. And basically, the description in the Steam Workshop where I got this from says, this is an update upload from the Belgian Red Devils 3-4-3 style tactics. I really like this team. There are many talented teams changing. I have strong personal abilities. There seems to be some English going on. But basically, he enjoyed the performance of the 2022 World Cup, although it was average. Definitely thinks it was more the locker room than the tactics. So he says it's suitable for upstream and midstream teams. Underdogs can also be used, and I recommend the former more, although I tested all clubs in the relegation zone. So you can see he's got a bunch of pictures, which is nice to see on the description on the Steam Workshop. Again, it is a sweeper keeper in attack. You have wide center backs on both sides. You have a libero in support. You have a complete wingback on attack, both sides, a box-to-box in support on both sides, inverted wingers in attack on both sides, and then an advanced forward in attack up front. It is Belgium style. It is an attacking mentality. In possession, attacking width is fairly wide. Approach play, pass into space, overlap in the left and right, play out of defense. Passing directness is standard, tempo is slightly higher. Low crosses, work the ball into the box, and run at defense. In transition, you have counter press, roll it out. And then out of possession, high press line of engagement, higher defensive line, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and trigger press much more often. Opposition instructions, no. But I will say, look at this league table. Another tactic that actually worked really well, again, for the sim. I'm not doing anything to these teams. I'm not doing anything to the tactics. I am just simming the entire season. Transfers are in here, but Newcastle in third, Wolves in fourth. 77 and 72 points apiece. Liverpool and Man City pipping both. Manchester United do get fifth, but sixth come Tottenham, 66 points. All three teams have done a fantastic job. Tottenham probably is around this mark anyway, but Wolves and Newcastle doing a very good job with this. Generally somewhere a lot lower, but it seems to work for all three teams so far. Newcastle's schedule looks really nice, minus a Liverpool 1-2 loss at away from home at just the start of the league. And they always seem to do that, though. But a fantastic rest of August, an average September. You're doing fairly well up until the World Cup time. You're kicking the crap out of Liverpool the second time around in the EFL Cup fourth round. EFL Cup quarters, though, you do lose out to Chelsea 1-2. FA Cup, you continue on until the semis against Everton, and then you just kind of drop off at the end of the season. But overall, look at this run of green and a yellow. That's really nice to see. Wolves' schedule, look at that August. Absolutely dreadful, but then you really pick it up. The only loss, Southampton 2-3, and then West Ham 2-4. You continue on in all the cups until the quarters of the FA Cup, 2-3 in extra time against Norwich. And then EFL Cup quarters against Arsenal, you lose out 3-4. You do have just not a great April. You got some greens in there, but some reds as well. A nice May. At least you're picking up a lot of points. You're missing out on 4 right there, but against Arsenal, Liverpool, not to be too unexpected. Tottenham, you're going to see a bit of a drop off, but not too much. August is not great. September's better, but you still have that 2-5 loss against Liverpool. You continue on in the Champions League. You're doing really well, actually, in the Champions League. You do lose out in the EFL Cup third round to Bournemouth. You continue on. Where are you? FA Cup third round. You continue on fourth. Champions League round of 16 against PSG. You do win at home. You lose handily away from home, and that kicks you out. FA Cup, you're kicked out in the fifth round against Norwich. 1-2 Norwich, just kicking the crap out of people. But April and May not doing too bad. 1 loss, a couple of draws. It's a nice green, though. Transfers for Newcastle, you can see Nahuel Molina from Atletico on loan. Douglas Sanchez, Alex Scott. I mean, some same issue or same people that we've seen all the time. Wolves we've seen before, David Luiz and Ricardo Esgaio from Sporting. And outs, same as always. 5.5, Daniel Podence. We've seen him before, though. For Tottenham, Tony Weston, Alex Grimaldo comes in from Benfica for 21 million, and Berardi from Sassuolo, fantastic pickup, 35 million right there. And then outs, Tanganga, 10.5. So not really anything different that we've seen before. When it comes to the data hub, it looks like Wolves and Tottenham are both shaky in defense, as you can see, but pretty good in attack. Attacking wise, for all three teams is very high, very fantastic. You got goals per game, XG per 90, shots per game, all doing really well on all three teams. Defensively, yeah, I mean, getting to the Premier League average, some slightly belows. Fouls per game, finally, you're starting to see the drop there. But clearances per game, not there. Blocks per game. Newcastle a little bit better in defense than the other two. But again, they ended up in third. Wolves did come in fourth, and they're still missing out on a couple pieces. But oh well, what do you expect? Premier League stats team overview. You can see Newcastle with 102 goals. Wolves with 90. Tottenham with 84. Definitely did a fantastic job. I mean, still, all these five teams are in the top six. And then Manchester United coming in sixth with 70, but still 84 to up to 102 is a fantastic result. Few shots against Wolves and Tottenham in their possession, not a possession-based tactic. Tottenham's in most shutouts. There you go. Tackles one, nobody. You don't have defensive side of things. Most shots, Tottenham, Newcastle, and Wolves, and most points per game, as you would expect the top six to be. Player overviews, Harry Kane, Tottenham with 38 goals. That's a fantastic result. 21 for Cunha, Isaac with 19, Jimenez with 18, and Callum Wilson with 17. Most assists, Trippier, Neto, Son, Kulusevski, Sarabia, and Guimaraes are all in there. I mean, you're really just loading up the top eights. Most player of the match awards, Kane, Cunha, Kulusevski, and Kilman. Wow, we haven't seen him at all, I don't think. Pass completion, I mean, you got some of these. Nick Pope in there for fewest conceded. Most shutouts, Lloris and Saw. Most tackles won. Ooh, you actually do have Nunez in there. Key passes, Trippier and Son. Sarabi's not in there, interestingly enough. Most shots, Kane, Isaac, and Cunha. And we've seen the most goals. Team-based player stats for all competitions. Isaac with 30 goals. That is a fantastic result for him. Dan Burns, 747. I don't think we've seen him in these lists. Trippier with 36 assists. Dang. Isaac with 5 player, and only Isaac with 5 player of the match awards. It's funny to see all these numbers really grow from compared to a lot of other tactic talks that we have. And then Isaac with only 5 player of the match awards. I'm going to assume it's just basically spread out amongst a lot of the other players. Wolves having a nice tally, 24 goals for Cunha. Cunha was 718. I would have expected that to be a little higher. Neto was 17 assists though, and Max Kilman was 6 player of the match awards. And then lowly 6th place Tottenham, Harry Kane, 50 goals. 747 highest average. Son with 21 assists. 9 player of the match awards for Kane. An absolute beast in this. Can you imagine what Newcastle would do with Harry Kane? I mean, they've got Isaac, but still, that just would be insane. 50 goals. But overall, I mean, this tactic did very well. And obviously, as I always say, generally, if you are playing this game and you can get something out of your players and keep them happy and all that, you definitely, I mean, Tottenham 66 could have brought it up towards 70. Pit Man United to 5th place, if not Wolves to 4th or whatever. So you definitely have a tactic to start out with and to take a look at if you have the players and you like that shape and everything. But that is it for me, Safian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.